And you cannot be quiet and expect to get satisfaction. I'm sorry. This guy is going to do the one you pretended him to do. You know, if he's going to touch you like, I'm already there. That's it. That's what he'll keep doing. Women are more sexual than men.
Tendo la ndoa ama kushiriki mapenzi katika ndoa. What is it all about? Welcome back. Karibu tena mtazamaji wa YouTube channel ya Anjogu TV. Najua ulikuwa unauliza Anjogu kaenda wapi jamani. Here I'm back and I hope you're doing well. Natumai kwamba mahali popote ulipo umekuwa sawa sawa na kile ambacho utafanya, kwa sababu yale mazungumzo ambayo huwa tuko nayo ni mazungumzo ambayo yanakujenga wewe ukiwa pale nyumbani na familia yako, wewe binafsi una hit subscribe button. Sasa unashangaa jamani, niko na mgeni amevalia red, mimi mwenyewe niko na brown. Mazungumzo yanahusu nini leo? Swala la ndoa, tendo la ndoa katika familia. Tendo la ndoa ama kushiriki mapenzi katika ndoa. What is it all about? Joy. Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
How are you?
I'm well.
Unataka kunisalimia?
Nataka kusalimia tena.
Mami, tukizungumza kuhusu tendo la ndoa katika ndoa, kuna watu ambao wanajiuliza, sasa mbona tuzungumzie kushiriki mapenzi katika ndoa? Is it even that important?
I think it's very important. Kwa sababu kuna vitu mbili zile zinafanya ndoa ivunjike. Pesa na mapenzi ya ndoa.
Pesa na mapenzi ya ndoa. Kuna utafiti nilikuwa naangalia, I think some few years ago, miaka michache iliyopita, I think like 4 years ago, na ilikuwa inazungumzia kwamba idadi kubwa ya watu katika ndoa hutengana sana sana kwa sababu ya masuala ya hela. Pesa kutokuwepo. But now it seems like also kushiriki mapenzi is part of that now.
It is. It has always been. Yes.
How?
Tunaangalia tuangalie tu nyuma. Tuende nyuma hata kwa Biblia. So tunaona kutoka Biblia tukiongea maneno ya Yuda, mtoto wake alifariki. So kulikuwa, it was known then that huyo mtoto mwingine anafaa ende akajue mtoto mwingine, akajue bibia the late son, ndio waweze kupata mtoto.
Wakashiriki mapenzi.
Ilikuwa washiriki mapenzi.
Yes.
And we know what alifanya.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, unaona huyo msichana, huyo mama alikuwa na mauchungu sana. Baadaye tunamuona vile anaenda na anatega Juda. Na vile alitega Juda hakuwa na mali pa kwenda. Tuseme tu ni mali huwezi penda kutembea tena.
Yeah.
So unaona, ukiangalia as far as then and as close as now, when tunaona kuwa wakati unasikia kuna bibi ametembea nje na mtoto, kwanza sasa wakati wa DNA na kuna mtoto si wa mume wake.
Wow.
Umeona vile inakaa.
Yeah.
Juzi tumeona kwenye runinga kuna huyu kijana wa football.
Yes.
Na alipatikana kuwa alikimbia nyumbani kukaa na mke wake, akapata akafanya DNA na akapata mtoto ule alizaliwa.
Mtoto si wake.
Si wake.
Yeah.
So the betrayal comes. It's got nothing to do with money. Hela hapo wajongelelea hela.
Yeah. Kwa hivyo watu wanaachana sana ama ndoa zinakosa kuwa na furaha kwa sababu ya mapenzi kuwepo ama mapenzi ambayo yanafanyika kule nje. Now when we talk about sex, Joy, I know it's a very sensitive topic, but anyway we're gonna have it today. Tukizungumzia masuala ya ngono na kupendana na kushiriki pale katika familia, katika ndoa, kuna kitu ambacho kinaitwa compatibility. Compatibility. Na utasikia watu wengine wakisema kwamba jamani, hii ndoa haina raha kwa sababu yule mume anapenda sana kushiriki mapenzi ukilinganisha na mkewe. So unapata kwamba the compatibility issue is quite huge.
It's very interesting that you may mention that, Anne. Kwa sababu ngono ni maneno ya control. It's about control, onboarding. Tuseme umeenda mahali, umeanza kufanya kazi, HR pale anakupatia onboarding certification, I mean document.
Yeah.
So onboarding inakuonyesha job description yako, sivyo? So unaona katika ndoa tumeambiwa woman submit to your husband. Submission inamaanisha nini? Wakati mwingi unasikia watu wanasema submission ni kunyamaza.
Yeah.
But submission ideally ni kusema, mume wangu I prefer this over this. So submission kusema kama tunaweza songa hivi, hivyo ndio vile nimependelea. But myths zinasema nini? Ukijua sana kama mwanamke, then umetembea sana.
Ulijuaje kuhusu sijui style A, style B? Yeah.
Na tena tunasikia wengine wanasema hakuna vile mwanamke anaweza jua kushinda mwanamume. So you find that utapata mwanamke hataki kujielekeza, hataki kuelekeza mume wake kumwambia hivi na hivi vingine. So in that point of not submitting, then kunakuwa na sexual hunger. Kunakuwa na
inaitwa dry spell.
But unajua dry spell sasa watu wameintroduce kitu inaitwa masturbation. Which is what kills marriages. So tunaona with time, if at all and remember tumetoka kuongea, tuseme tu twende tukibiolojia kidogo na utaniruhusu tu nizungumze.
Zungumza, it's a free space.
And so we look at the body, and the body has two reward systems that are obvious: sex and food.
Kushiriki ngono na chakula.
So when you're hungry, what happens to your mouth? Unapata saliva. Saliva inafanyaje? You start to smell it. You smell it, you touch it, the food. You smell it, you touch it, you feel it. What are the other senses?
The smell, the touch, the hearing. Which other one?
The feeling.
Yes.
The tasting.
Oh, the tasting, yes.
So there are 5 senses that you have. And so with your 5 senses, there's aspects that it arouses you towards. I can smell food. It will taste nice. Now, Anne, do you eat snakes?
Me?
Ushaikula snake?
Unless niende China.
Lakini unaweza?
Maybe yes, maybe no.
Ni nini ile huwezi weka kwa mdomo?
Let me see. Nyoka? Umbwa?
Tuseme
kwa paka.
Tuseme tu paka. Unasikia njaa uko nje, but you can smell the spices. Everything is smelling nice. You can smell it. You want to touch it. You want to feel it. You want to taste it. And so your body changes, and all you can think about is the food. But when you enter and we tell you it's a dog, what happens?
Inakurepulse.
Will you eat?
No.
So come to sex the same way. Then it's the control. If you look at sex, you feel it, and immediately you feel it, your body changes. If you're a man, we know you start to get hard, isn't it? You want to be with that person. You want to, again, feel it, smell it,
touch it.
And so your brain tells you it's time for what?
To engage.
Now, another thing that's common with the two is that there's the up and the down. So it goes through a level when you now get to a point that you want to engage. Now, if you want to engage this person and your body tells you go for it, there's an aspect in your life, if you have completely tuned yourself, umejizoesha, let's say umezoesha mikono zako, tuseme hivyo tu leo, let's just go and say masturbation. So umezoesha mikono zako at exactly 10 o'clock, midnight, 3 in the morning, mwili yako inakuambia tuko tayari. Brain reward system. So ikikwambia tuko tayari, guess what happens? You do that which you've been doing every day so that you may please yourself in that way.
It's a habit you have formed,
So by the time you're married, umeingia ndani ya ndoa na umekuwa ukijifurahisha, what is it that your husband or your wife anaweza kufanyia ile itakufurahisha?
Interesting. So talking about compatibility, Joy, is it an issue in marriage?
So compatibility can only come when you onboard someone. When you onboard yourself, when you control yourself. Remember sasa, ukijiambia, kwa Biblia inasema, when you find a wife. A wife meaning, kwa akili na kwa kila kitu yake, anajua yeye ni mke. So when you find a wife has to know that her sexual aspects come from the man. And so, when she knows that this man touches her, her body reacts to him because that's where she gets her intimacy from. So anything ile anataka kufanya, ni ile kitu yote anataka kuendelea nayo, inakuwa aspect of mume wangu ndio unipeleka huko. And for that, the unitedness comes. So there's no incompatibility. You can't say you're you got a job and got in and you're given the job description and you're incompatible with it. You passed the interview, didn't you? So, Anne...
And you're the best candidate, actually.
I do not believe that there's incompatibility in sex and food. Just the way you said you will not eat dog is the same way you will not just sleep around or even sleep by yourself or use the toys. And yet you have somebody who you have trained yourself to fall for.
Able tuzungumzie juu kuhusu socialization, the way most of, let me say women, were socialized kwamba hatuzungumzi mambo ya ngono, si ya kuzungumziwa, mwanamke ataongea vipi. I'm actually maybe even very sure that people who wondering, women talking about sex, you don't talk about it, even when you want it, even in marriage, hata ukitaka kwenye ndoa, unapatiana 2 signs, unavalia ile nightgown ya, you know, it has a certain way, some laces and all that, but we don't talk about it. And especially in Christian circles. Yeah.
It's very sad because women are more sexual than men. Yes. Women are more sexual than men. Yes. And I'd like to go on record to say that.
Elaborate.
Yes, we are more sexual than men in every aspect. Look at how our anatomy is built. When a woman is sexual from, what can I say? You can sit with a woman who is sexual, feeling sexual at that time, and you will not know it because you start to see it from, it oozes. Only the person she dates, her eyes change, and all aspects of her life. With the men, it's the anatomy that we see first, you know? But a woman, you will not see her anatomy, but her process of the sexual act is very ripe. So when you look at socialization, when a woman feels sexual and she feels wanted, remember a woman is a flower. Yeah. I look at Isaac. I'm sorry, Isaac in the Bible. That man loved his wife. There's a way he would look at her. And in my mind, I'm like, the aspects of the description of how Isaka alikuwa anaangalia Rebecca, you're thinking if you could get a man who looks at you like that, but you've never told him to look at you like that.
Does he need to be told? Lazima ambiwe.
Oh yes, hence onboarding. Hence onboarding. Because you cannot be quiet and expect to get satisfaction. I'm sorry. This guy is going to do the one you pretended him to do. You know, if he's going to touch you like, I'm already there. That's it. That's what he'll keep doing. And if it is annoying you, you'll be like, niache.
So you need to communicate.
You have to onboard. So socialization here of women need to be quiet. First, I break it by saying women are more sexual than men. Yes. And so in the marriage, a woman enjoys, because she's a flower, she needs to be admired. But if you don't tell your husband to admire you, that is where the weaves are getting longer. Lipstick is getting brighter. Remember, we are flowers. But if your man is not telling you how nice you look, then you're losing that confidence that makes you a woman. Because a woman starts to have sex, and not sexually, but her process is longer. She wants to feel beautiful first. Hence, you've talked about nguo zile atavaa hizo nguo, atembee aje, all kinds of perfume and stuff, because she's trying to make herself ready. But have you ever seen a man getting ready in that way? And so women are more sexual. And so socialization here, during showers, now we have introduced kitchen parties, back to kitchen parties. What are kitchen parties? Mali unakaa kwa jikoni. Why kitchen? So because we are telling you must cook. We are telling you these things tunaweza ongea tukifunga mlango, ndio tukuambie hii story vizuri. Our aunties taught us how to socialize sex even in the home. Because they would say, now you're getting married. I need you to know how to carry yourself. And you know, it's hard for me to tell my daughter, but it will be easier for my sister to do it. So we have to introduce, and not bridal showers where unaona wameaga za should I say out of the country and all, oh, it's bridal shower, tunaenda, tunakunywa, in my mind I'm like, so what did you learn from the shower? Nothing. Most of the time, nothing. Or somebody came and they never gave you aspects where you could ask questions. You never saw the normal people you can go back to later and ask, surely I'm going through this. Does that mean it has to be this painful? You look at how we were told about sex vis-a-vis first experience. That worlds apart already. What we were told.
Yes.
Oh, your first, and then there'll be flowers. I don't know, you feel you're going over. What bone?
It's painful.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The pain was unbearable.
Yeah.
But so when you think about that aspect, how does this girl go back to who she never met that day to ask, why is it that painful? How do I get over this? Why am I so tired in the morning? Someone talk to me. And so we have to open the kitchen parties, open conversations from aunties to talk to our young ones and tell them, you know what? It gets there. It doesn't mean you're perfect or he's not perfect just because it was painful. It means it's a process that is going to grow into something beautiful later. So socialization again, unaona kila kitu ni onboarding and kila kitu
it's
ni
onboarding.
onboarding.
Lakini tuongee tu kweli Joy, because there's somebody who might say, don't you think you people are talking from a different generation? Because saa hizi wale wasichana ambao wapo, wale ambao tunasema kwamba we open up the kitchen parties, ni wasichana ambao wanasoma mengi kupitia mtandao, and we can say they have done everything. Sasa wako zile za tunafundishwa nini? Sisi wenyewe tunajua, we are the pros. So they get into these marriages na pia katika masuala ya kushiriki mapenzi wakijua kila kitu. So wanafundishwa nini? What are they being taught?
I always laugh and say, fine, you can read all books, but what is experience, love? What is experience? What is experience? And I always say we cannot disregard the aspect of having other people speak to you, because when you're alone, there's everything. Think about sai tukiingia ChatGPT and ingia ChatGPT sai tuseme not even ChatGPT tuingie AI sai tuseme the first time to arouse my husband, ChatGPT itakujibu 1 2 3 20. The first time to arouse my wife, ChatGPT itakujibu, sivyo?
Yeah.
But huyo mtu uko nayo ni ChatGPT.
Ni binadamu, kuna mwili na nyama. Yeah.
So the aspects of looking at failed marriages, as tulikuwa tumesema, ni hiyo aspects of having ideal. Unajua vile tunafikiria ile ndio tunaweza penda huko, lakini tuko hapa.
Yeah.
So unapata your ideal and your actual are so far away from each other, aziko karibu kushikana. So kwa hiyo unapata disappointment. Why is it not working out? So there are aspects of me, tuseme tulisoma vitabu tukiwa wadogo.
Yeah.
And by the time tulikuwa have our first debut, this book and the debut were two different things. What does that do? Does it bring loneliness? Yes. Does it bring distraction or hatred? Sometimes even pulling back. You're like, it was too painful. This guy is back again because he's been waiting for you. And you're like, no. And this guy is wondering, so now what am I going to do with all this? And you're not giving it to me.
Yeah.
You know? And she's just like, I can't go through that pain again. And she has no one to talk to. Even if she goes back to ChatGPT, is AI going to hug her? So compatibility bado narudia tu hapo na socialization na hizi vitu zote unaniuliza, ni lazima tuendelee na onboarding. What breaks a company basically is if you don't onboard staff.
Yeah.
What breaks a marriage is if the couple do not keep onboarding each other.
From your experience, Joy, because I know you speak to so many couples, what does a healthy sexual relationship amongst a married couple look like? Yani, wale watu ambao wanaweza kusema kwamba kujigamba, but you know there are those people who walk saying, oh my goodness, me I love my wife, you need satisfy, or even my husband. How does a healthy sexual life look like in a marriage?
I like the question, but I want to rephrase it and say it really depends on the individual. If I'm keeping myself for my husband and I want him to know me for who I am, then I'm free to tell him. Then that brings a better sexual relationship where I don't have to go and share it with someone else or myself for that reason.
Yeah.
Where I'm free to share. Because remember the myths you've just said, mwanamke hafai kujua, mwanamke anafaa
hata hafai kuongea,
hafai kujua,
kupewa si wa kuzungumza.
And tumeanza vile tulianza, tukisema wanawake are more sexual. So a healthy sexual life is two people who are willing to try out, to be together and to please one another. And I think the best thing you'd ever have is when you are with that person and that person pleases you back. Because that's where love grows. But the person cannot please what you've not showed them. And that's the problem I have seen or I've had. Even if you look at social media and stuff, if you do not please a woman or you don't please a man, and you keep doing the same thing, it's the most annoying thing ever.
Yeah, it's annoying.
And so when we look at onboarding, bado na insist hapo, inaanza na individual, najiambia mimi, nimejiambia, I will train myself to know that those are the hands that are going to touch me to make me get there. And so when you train yourself, remember learned habits. Tu vile huwezi kula umbwa, huwezi kula hii, umedecide ni hapa tu. So keeping yourself that is the person who pleases you, mwili inazoea. So hata akipita akushike tu, let's say unapika tu and akushike tu kidogo, your mind is already attuned to it.
So the brain, of course, is the biggest sex organ.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And it's very ignored. And that is where they say sex sells.
Yeah, it does.
And it's the oldest profession. Prostitution is the oldest profession. People made money from sex. Why? Because it's the brain. All you have to do is put a picture of something that you find sexual and someone is gone. But does that mean we lose control? So that's why I look at sex and I say it's control. Sex is choice and it is control.
Yeah.
Because if you walk into a certain room and you notice that you're attracted to this person and this person is not your spouse, ask yourself, why are you attracted to that person? Is it because they look like what you read or you saw? Is it that you've been talking to them in a certain way and you can't wait? Is it that you heard rumors about them and you want to try? You tell me if you have these thoughts.
Which rumors?
And if your husband comes to touch, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Will you react towards your husband? You won't. It's just something that carries you along.
Yeah.
When you actually what I say is train yourself. And both the men also. If you train yourself that your sexual satisfaction will come from this person, then you're the one telling her in the morning, you look very nice when you dress like this. And that flower goes knowing. You're tending your garden. I always say tend your garden. Men are supposed to tend their gardens.
Yeah.
And so tend your garden means, baby, you look nice when you dress like this. You look nice when you do this and that. And in the process, this woman starts getting to that aspect of, but the biggest betrayal comes when you get home and you find that intimacy, someone else has come.
Question. You said since sex starts from the mind. Now, why is it always the woman's burden to find the man attractive? In this way, I'm thinking it takes two to tango. So, since our brains, sex begins from our brains, I'm asking. Now, because of motherhood and all of life's shebang, I've stayed with the baby home all day. I'm tired. My man has come, but he's not helping me day to day. He's not even asking me how I am. So I feel neglected. Sina hata nguvu ya kumpea at the end of the day, because worse off if you're a corporate mom. Because mmetoka nyote mmechoka. You expect msaidiane so that you have even time to engage.
Even emotionally you're drained. Actually, that was my next question. Even emotionally you're drained.
Yes. So if I feel like my husband is not supportive in other aspects, I feel is this a must?
It's a chore.
Then I start, it's a chore. So it will be a chore from, if you're having it 3 times a week, it will be from 3 to maybe once a month. Some people can stay that long. So how can couples morph into, I'm being intentional in wanting to be chaguo lako and vice versa, as opposed to
a woman.
You're supposed to.
And that's why I started with tend your garden. So a man is supposed to tend his garden. So what do I mean by a man is supposed to tend his garden? It's mandate given for him to ensure that his wife is okay. What is making my wife? He should know what is making you hurt. because you have shared, I'm having a difficult time doing this.
Yeah.
I need you to come, I need you to come home early to do this and that. A man, you can imagine when you look at a beautiful flower, a garden that has weeds, then there's a man who never tended the garden. Then you're looking at a woman who is exhausted and the man has not picked it up, no matter how many times it has been submitted to him that he needs to pick up.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm actually in the aspect of men need to tend their gardens. You cannot spend time telling people in your workplace you look so nice, and the last time you told your wife that never happened. Basically, there are weeds in your garden.
Yeah.
So for a woman to get there, then you're tending her garden. For her to feel special, then you're tending her garden. So to me, I come and say, women, our bodies change. Our bodies change over time.
Yeah.
So you're looking at 12 times a year. Not only does your body change, but your emotions change, because you're looking at moods that come with that. But if a man does not know how to tend you, then he doesn't notice that this time she's having this and she needs extra grace.
But now let me ask Joy, because when you were speaking, tulizungumza kuhusu vile ambavyo wakati mwingine mashangazi wangezungumza na wasichana wanataishwa kuhusu masuala ya ndoa, masuala ya kitandani and all that. Lakini sasa nani ambaye huwa anazungumzia wanaume? Because at the end of the day, somebody needs to speak to the men.
Fireplace.
Who speaks to them?
Fireplace. Kuchoma nyama. Kazi ya kuchoma nyama ikwangi na mwanamke. That's when they go and roast. The aspect of roasting meat should be them telling them how to tend the garden.
But does it happen? Does it happen?
So we are looking at the socialization exactly. We've had, and there are books and research that shows that men actually, some men, let me not say men, because there are some men, I've met men who are very intentional. But I've met men who sit and they say, it's okay to look on the side a bit. Nobody needs to know. Sometimes it's actually introduced even after acts of initiation of circumcision, where some men will say, my uncle says there's nothing wrong with me looking aside a bit.
Yeah.
So already that kind of socialization again is what's being introduced in the different areas. So betrayal starts.
Yeah.
So me, I look at it and I say, if you're told to love me and keep me as I'm keeping the home, and you don't know what affects me as a person, then you're failing. In your garden is full of weeds. Really look at a garden ile haijachungwa. So nimetoka kujifungua, hujajua kunibeba, not to carry, but you are not loving me at that time, even in the 12 years of time. So to me, I come back and I say, the socialization that is there, and it's negative, both negative and positive, is he can get away with it. Because think about it, betrayal from a man, women are meant to forgive, and women are not supposed to forgive betrayal from a... What is that?
Yeah.
What is that? You will hear a man complaining, no, but you cheated. I can't touch her again because she cheated. Oh, you cheated 5 times before she cheated the one time. Why is it so hard to forgive?
Yeah.
But aspects of hakuna mtu, wanasemanga hakuna mtu atanigongea. I'm like, lakini uko huko nje, unagonga.
Things are very different. Mwanaume anagonga sana.
Umeenda huko umegonga, but you expect differently. Unaona?
Yeah.
So I go back and I look at corporate, because we have perfected corporate so well. Why can't we perfect marriage in that aspect of onboarding? Sexual addiction is the most rampant and quietest addiction and hardest behavior addiction to help through.
But can you call it addiction ikiwa ni kwa mke wako?
Yes, it's still an addiction.
Okay. Some couples who go for months, even years, without sex.
Why? No.
Why are you saying no?
No.
Hata sijamaliza.
No. Hata
week. Cousins, yeah.
Hata a week. You know.
Even a week is a problem. Yeah. It's only 1 week.
Let me say it out loud.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a problem.